is Castellvi. I was born in the Philippines, and I'm a Filipino-Canadian. Philippines is my country of birth, but Canada is my country of choice. And I came here in 1966, so I've been here almost 50 years. I've lived in Canada for almost 50 years, but still very Filipino at heart. I worked in the airline industry. I retired a few years ago, and I'm a grandmother. And I go to the Philippines every year to do some advocacy work with the less fortunate, and I enjoy that. I love my country of birth, and I'm still Filipino.
I arrived in 1975 before you were born. I was a banker, and I left and became a banker here. I worked for Royal Bank of Canada, where I was a vice president and managing director. And then I started my own software company during the internet years. And now we're actively retired, my wife and I. We run a couple of inns in Toronto, and that's what we do right now. So,
the NAMI, or Ninoy Aquino Memorial Institute, is a loose organization established after the assassination of Senator Benigno Aquino. And a group of us Filipino Canadians got together immediately after the assassination and condemned the brutal assassination. And I guess in that way, it awakened yung politicized us in many ways. So we organized a group and invited people like Rogie and some of our supporters to help in the return of democracy in the Philippines by means of nonviolent way of disseminating information to the Canadian public, using the media to talk about what's really happening in the country during that time.
well, NAMI does not exist anymore. It was, as Cora indicated, it coalesced as a result of the assassination of Ninoy. Mine is a more personal story because I was actually part of an economic think tank that Ninoy organized for the run of his presidency before martial law was declared. And so when Ninoy was assassinated, we obviously got together, those with like minds, and decided that we had to do something about what was happening to the country while we have been here and we were comfortable. You never lose sight of the fact that you came from a country that had serious problems at that time. So does NAMI exist? I guess in our memories, but we were successful, and it led to the eventual downfall as part of a international campaign to bring down the government of Ferdinand Marcos. So we are continue to be communicate as friends, but NAMI does not exist. I think it is good that he keeps in touch with the expatriate Filipinos. There's a huge population outside of the country, and in my estimation, this is one of the factors that continued to support the Philippines during its down years when the economy was bad. Without the expatriate Filipinos funneling what would you call it? Funneling funds, the Philippines would have been a terrible basket case by now. So I think it is critical that he continues to keep in touch with Filipinos abroad who can be supportive of whatever good programs he would like to achieve in the Philippines.
I'm so really personally, I'm very, very proud of what he is doing, President Pinoy. And I'm so glad that he is following on the footsteps of President Cory and of course Senator Benigno Aquino. And speaking for my own, my personal opinion, I truly am grateful that he's the president of the Philippines now, or else, you know what, the country is going to be in trouble. He's brought pride to a lot of us, for many of us, and the pride of the Filipino people in the arena of the international community. For the first time, we have a president who is respectful, dignified, honest, and sincere in what he is doing. And we hope that he will continue doing the reforms and that and he will be successful. We really, really pray for that.
That is a very difficult question, but I wrote down a few notes, and this is what I would like to say to the president. You know, the country is almost ungovernable in my mind, to my mind, but I think what he's doing, he's the keeper of the flame of moral courage that his father and mother sparked. I really would like to encourage to remain steadfast and never lose sight of the greater good. He has to continue the path and break the spine of the culture of corruption that has enveloped the country for a very long time. Now, there will always be bumps, but history will judge his legacy by the arc that he leads the country to a just society, imbued with civil decency, integrity, and equity. That is what I would like to tell him, to make sure that he continues the path and never lose sight of that.
Not only is he steadfast in his intention to reform and do all of the right things for our government and for the people, and he will do it. He's a very honest person, and that honesty will keep him until the end. He will survive it. He will leave a good legacy, and we pray that he will not be distracted by all of these negative elements around him, and he will be okay. He will do well. He will do well. I would like to say something sa mga kababayan. Unang-una muna sa kababayan natin sa Pilipinas, if I can say it in Tagalog. Para sa inyo po, binabati po namin kayo ng mabuhay. At sana po sa susunod na eleksyon naman, parang awa naman po ninyo. Bumoto naman po kayo ng mahusay. At tangkilikin po natin ang ating presidente because he's doing the right things. At saka, wag na po tayong magre-reklamo lagi. Be part of the solution. Wag naman po tayong puro problema lang. Kailangan may solution din. Mabuhay po kayo.
I fear for the country after Noy Noy's administration. I really do. And I really do hope that people will wake up. Now, I would like to encourage our local communities here outside of the country to make sure to support a decent government for the next term, because it has to continue. We have been successful over the last 4 years. Economy has grown at a rapid rate, and that is a good sign that has got to be continued for the next decade or so. That is the only way that we can pull ourselves out of poverty, and things are improving, I know, but we have to continue the work.